All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Meet the Team. This is where we're learning a little bit more about all the folks that are a part of Red Earth. And with me here, I have Steven Anderson, graphic artist. I would say that Steven was the newest member of the team, but we're growing so fast, we already have somebody who's newer, man.
Yeah, I know. I've only been here for 2 weeks, and as of today, we have someone who started like an hour ago. So.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Well, Steven, man, it's we work in the same proximity, but I still don't even know you that well just because everybody's busy doing their stuff. But want to learn a little bit more about you, kind of how you landed at Red Earth. Let's start there.
Well, when I first moved to Wilmington, September of 2018. No, it had to be 2019. I started working for John immediately.
Okay.
And I worked for John for a month, and then I got called up by the military. And they're like, hey, we know you're on inactive reserve, but we need you to come teach this course.
Okay.
So I was with John for like a month, and then I had to break the news. I was like, dude, military called me back. I got to go.
So then when you came back from your military duty,
Yep.
Was it just like a random kind of stopped in to say what's up, or did John know you were back in town?
Well, John told me, he was like, hey, if you can, because I like the work you do, can you do some like contracting while you're there? And I was like, I'll email you, I'll let you know. And then I ended up being so busy that I couldn't do anything. So he was like, yeah, just hit me up when you come back, if you come back to Wilmington.
Nice.
And so I was in Wilmington for like 2 weeks, had to get settled and everything, find a place to live and do all that. And then I came right back in the office. I was like, hey, John.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like I had just kind of come on board and you like walked in on a Friday or whatever. And then Monday you were working. It was like ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
And so that's awesome. You kind of knew a little bit of the structure of kind of what we do.
Yeah, I did. So I had set up, I think 4 or 5 renderings in that 1 month period that I worked for John. And I think like the first week or two was just getting used to the structure, figuring out what they do exactly. And
yeah. So again, I'm very uneducated when it comes to some of the cool stuff you do. You bring into office, oftentimes I'll be in here, and Steven will bring in like, hey man, which one of these do you think? I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, that's incredible. Like you do these beautiful renderings. So kind of how did that come about? Like how did you get into that dynamic of it? And kind of what would you say your role then is with Red Earth when it comes to your graphic art, expertise?
Yeah. So I went to college for electrical engineering and did some time in that. And then I kind of just stumbled upon architecture. And so I worked for an architect for 2 or 3 years and realized I really like the 3D design aspect of stuff.
Nice.
Not so much the architectural, like structural design. And so what I do is I'll take 2D floor plans. They give me like, it's just literally 2 lines of where your walls are, your doors are. And I look at the architectural design sheets and see ceiling heights at 9 feet, 10 feet, whatever. And then I throw that up, and then I'll, like create the windows based off of what they give me. And from there, we just, turn that 2D into 3D and give the customer something to see.
Yeah.
It's like something like visual representation, has depth, has texture.
Yeah. So what would you say is your like favorite part? Like what part of Steven do you really bring to the table with like your genius and what you love to do? What's your favorite part of it?
I think my favorite part is just the creative freedom that I have of, oh, this is gonna look, realistic. This is gonna look watercolor. This is gonna look however it turns out, and however the customer will appreciate the design more. I
Sure.
think that's
Well, it's an invaluable part, guys, of what Steven does as far as helping kind of cast a vision for the on-site teams that are trying to sell homes that don't exist yet. And one of the things that we know is in the industry, I mean, there can be a lot of kind of junky stuff out there. You know, it's just like old stick drawing things that I would put out there. But you actually make this stuff come to life. And so what you do, man, is so essential. Now, that being said, is that what you did in the service? Give us a little background there of like your time in the service, what that looked like.
Yeah, my time in the service was not related to this whatsoever.
Okay.
I was a combat engineer. So I built bombs for the military, mostly for breaching and clearing. Like you put a bomb on a door and blow the door in. That gives you an element of surprise and like a kind of like a shocking factor.
Okay.
Or we do like route clearance, searching for IEDs. And like just clearing the way for vehicles and convoys to move through.
That is
Sure everything's
fascinating.
safe.
So, note to self: you want Stephen on your side, brother. You're on my team. I am for Stephen in every way. That is incredible, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's that electrical engineering, I guess, background, all that kind of stuff. And
that's kind
just,
of what got me into electrical engineering because, like, I mean, the U.S. military doesn't use a lot of electrical detonators. We use a lot of like blasting cap or det cord, which is TNT, like small bits.
Yeah,
But,
dude, that's way beyond my even understanding. But that's incredible. How long were you in the service?
Almost 8.5 years.
Okay, cool. And this last deployment, where were you? I remember hearing you say something about you were overseas.
Yeah, so I started out at Fort Leonard Wood, and then we went to Arif John, and then like Kabul, and I was just teaching a course. Just
Okay. So how many countries are you at right now? Like, do you have is it
for military or total?
like total?
So let's see. I've lived in Panama, Germany, Aviano, Italy, Lecce Place, France, and Australia for like 6 months.
Okay.
Stayed in Japan, and so I'm kind of probably like if we say 3 months is like
Yeah,
the standard, then
legit.
I'm at like 12 countries.
Nice. That's incredible. Like, we didn't realize that we had an award, but you get an award for Red Earth's most countries visited. That's incredible, dude. That's awesome. I think I've got like 3 maybe,
Nice.
and I've just visited them. I never stayed there. I've like been to Mexico, been to Canada, and then I went to the UK. So anyway, all right. Now, last question: movies or music?
Music.
Music, 100%.
100%. If you check my Spotify logs, if you look, because Spotify will give you a yearly
Yeah.
breakdown, it said I had 56,000 hours of music listened to.
Holy cow!
So
That's incredible.
that's pretty much just me popping in my earphones from the day I wake up, like the moment I wake up, working all day,
And-
just transitioning it to the car.
Yeah, and going. So when it comes to music, a lot of us around here enjoy music. I would imagine music tastes vary. Where are you in that spectrum? Are you kind of all music, or is there a certain genre you like?
My music taste literally just goes throughout the day. So in the morning, I like folky acoustic stuff.
Okay,
Midday, I need like a little like punk rock, some ska.
nice.
Later in the afternoon, it's like Sublime. When I'm cooking, it's Frank Sinatra, Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Nice.
B.B. King.
The cultured man over here. He makes bombs. He builds 3Ds. He listens to Frank Sinatra. He's been to 12 countries. Well, Stephen, man, thanks so much for your time, dude. Great to get to know you. Guys, Stephen Anderson, graphic artist here with Red Earth Marketing. Make things look beautiful and bringing a lot of color to the world. So, Stephen, man, thanks, bro.
Thanks, man.
All right.